Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a button now? Is it coming up now?
That's there now.
Yep.
Okay.
It's there now.
So the first one, okay, so it looks like the first one fully recorded, and the second one will probably have just people were wondering. So that's cool. But you know what?
Hey,
lessons learned.
It's a learning experience.
It's a learning experience.
Right.
A lot of the stuff from the second one was just going over
Yeah.
in a little more detail of what you did on the first anyway.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So thanks for helping me out there, Tom. You know, you're kind of helping people understand that there wasn't much they missed anyway.
Yeah.
I think
I'm just as
most part
stupid
about
at this
it,
stuff as everybody else. So.
yeah. Well, I think the part that was spoken to in that second segment, that if people look at this now and kind of wonder, is the handicap, right?
Yeah.
So we're just talking about how we're policing the handicaps. We still be managed, still be place by flight. But I think what we're going to do here is you don't have to have 2 strokes higher than the lowest threshold. You know, as we invite and welcome all those out there in the public, those guys who you play in clubs and kind of wanted them to come with you, and they're hesitant because of that membership, all I need is a handicap. So if I'm going to permit a guy with a 12.2 play in Saracen, why can I let you play Saracen at a 12.9? So it will be policed, it will be managed, it will be maintained, and we will do handicap revisions on a monthly basis, so that way it can identify those who are promoted based on their performance.
Jacob, the only thing that I could foresee, this is probably really nitpicking, but the bunker play.
Yeah.
Where if you hit a ball, say you hit a ball into the face of a bunker and you get a fried egg.
Yeah.
Well, with the new rules, you're going to be allowed to pick the ball up, it's ball in hand, and you're going to be able to smooth it out with your foot and then place it. You're going to have to do it when you place it. You're going to have to do it firm enough that the ball stays where it's at and doesn't roll back down into the bottom part of the bunker. Does that make sense?
I hear what you're saying. That's not going to happen. The fried egg scenario is you got to play the ball as it lies, number one. Okay, so you cannot remove your ball to improve its lie, even in a hazard.
But I thought the bunkers were different. Okay, so the rakes are only after the fact. So it's
Correct.
only after the fact. I got you. My bad.
You got it.
You're right. I'm glad you explained that to me.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, because in that case, I heard this, and I tell you what, man, you're giving me goosebumps, because I feel like there's other tours that make these rules, and it's wrong. You're violating the rule. I don't even know how you can have a handicapped event and call it a tournament with allowing shenanigans like that. You might as well. What about the water? You might as well just take the ball in the water.
The only bad thing is, yeah, I understand the water, but the only bad thing is you've got somebody else. You're relying on the fact that somebody else fixed a spot that they say somebody didn't smooth it out with their foot, and now you've hit the ball into one of their footprints.
Okay, so that's different. I really, I'm not trying to get case by case and stick, like you said, it might be a little low, small priority thorn line, whatever. But you're talking about a fried egg at the top face of a bunker. There's no one that has ever been up there, right? That's right. But I think what you're saying, two different scenarios. Yeah. So if you have a ball that the group can all come to the conclusion that it's a footprint or a deposit of, call it the golf language, unimproved altered sand, it's not raked sand or whatever.
Right.
And the group can unanimously say that's unfair to you. The reason why it's not like that or like that is because it wasn't raked. So just take a foot rake, lift the ball up, and place it back down where it lies.
Got you. That sounds good. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Question about putting into the hole. Some of the golf courses have the cups reversed where the ball's going in and it pops right back out because it can't settle in.
Mm-hmm.
How are we counting that?
Okay, so this is, I hope our first event has that social, the retrieval. I hope that's there, because I think that would mitigate it, because it has a rubber, that little elevator thing, it's rubber, right. So that way it suppresses the bounce. Courses that are out there that I'm sure we'll come across will incur a situation like that, I really feel that it's probably one person in the course of a round in your group will have this happen to them. And it's a matter of you gotta just use common sense. We're not talking, did it go in the hole? Did it fall down where the ball, and this is what the rules of USGA says. Let's say I'm trying to answer this with the logic of the rules to combine the two. The USGA rule says when a ball is holed, it has to disappear and go beneath the soil, right? To be considered hold. Because there was parts where if you've seen screenshots or pictures where a ball that on a par 3 or wherever it comes in and it's kind of plugged in the green, but it's beneath the surface of the hole.
Mm-hmm.
You seen that? Have you ever seen that?
Yes, I've seen that.
That was deemed as a hole-in-one because the ball was inside the parameters of the cup beneath the surface of the green. That's called a hole. So it wasn't like it rested there. So it's kind of just use logic, use common sense. If the ball goes in on a slow roll, drops in a cup, you actually walk into the hole and you're about to pick it up and it bounces out. Guys, we're gonna look at each other and say, hey, that's hole. Come on now.
Okay. So if it kind of goes back to the sand trap thing, if the group says it rolled in because the cup's upside down, it pushes it back up, then we're all good.
We're not talking about the kind of situation where you ram it so hard that it backstopped on the pin, popped up, jiggered around, and then kind of it didn't go in. That's not being whole.
Right.
That's called,
okay,
I almost made it.
Yeah, I just want to get that clarified so that we could, be addressed that way a little bit easier.
I got just two quick questions.
Yep.
On the, are we going to be playing the new stroke and distance on all the courses?
So it's yes. So you're talking like
I mean, some of them were like, well, it's local, depending what the local rule is for the course.
Oh, yeah.
We're just going to assume it's that way for every course we're going to be playing.
Yes, that was the measure that was rolled out last year. I found that amongst the Golf Channel amateur tours, we were the only tour that did it on a constant every tournament basis. So that will be the same approach here.
Okay.
You're going to have some groups in these events walking, and no way is a walker going to
go clear back. Yeah.
Go clear back. That's correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's going to be either lost ball or alternate stroke and distance, or lost ball and stroke and distance.
And then about the dashboard.
Yeah.
I saw, is that going to be, can we access that just from like the attachments you put with the dashboard on one of the emails? We can just copy it or just download that and copy it and keep it, and that'll just automatically update, or we have to go back to a certain place and reload the whole dashboard?
The combination of a couple things there. This dashboard is not live. It's not connected from me to you. So what happens is it's current as of the day you receive it. All right. And right now I have been in contact with one of our tour members who, after this call in the afternoon today, we're going to look at creating a website. So hopefully this will be launched on the website. He tells me that it's not that much difficult. That's what he does. When he saw this product, he kind of felt compelled to say, hey, I can help. So this product right now was in the last week of what's been in my head and how best I could bring your lag or awareness, call it understanding awareness, to a point where we can talk. And now that we're here, now we're looking at functionality. Okay, so we had to start somewhere, get to here, and then now go. But for right now, the dashboard is only as current as the day you receive it in the email. I had planned to send it out when updates occur or on touch points. Okay, so meaning like right now we've pivoted a great update in the last 3 days. So if I send it out to everyone's email, now it's current as of right now, and I'm sharing it.
So are you going to do that? Because we want to check and see who all is signed up already and how many are in what group and stuff. That won't show up on the attachment you sent out before. Is it possible to get that so we have the most up-to-date one, and then when you get the thing on a website, then we can go ahead and pull it off that website or something?
No, absolutely. I plan on doing that. So I plan on doing this today, just releasing it to you. Again, I call it touch point. That's a term in my career field that we just say, we do weekly touch points. So I'm gonna send you the database, what it looks like now in its currency.
Okay.
And when there's a threshold of change, meaning a heavy volume of signups, okay, I need to push this out to you guys.
Right.
So yeah, I'll plan on doing that. Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all I had.
Have you had a life other than this in the last couple of weeks?
Well, I appreciate it, man. I know what you're saying. I do. For this, it's a passion of mine. It's really a love for the game, a love for what you guys want to do. And I know when I'm creating this, I'm talking to the player in me that I feel like represents somewhat of the player in you. But with a kind of an 8-ball as to what I would desire, what I would have an appetite for that hardcore golfer. And then even for someone that's just basic, like I just need to know when the schedule is. I just need to know when the dates are coming. I just need to know when I don't care about all that stuff. So I create a lot of things that kind of appease to a great majority of us. But yeah, I got 2 kids, man. My oldest, I'm a homeschool teacher right now. I homeschool him. He's in 2nd grade. He's not here with me this week. He's with his mother. So it's given me a great time to commit as much as I have been to get us to this point. Next week you might see a little bit slower update from me. But I pick my battles. I kind of, just like you guys, man. Listen, can you still see my computer? My desktop's up there?
Yeah.
So this calendar right here, behind it, it tells me what day I have my kids, what day there's a lot of things what days I have to work on weekends, what days I have my kids. Most of the time, if you don't know it, this schedule is created around that. I'm still military. I'm still active. We have military status on weekends. There's never an event that I have on a military weekend. There's never an event that we're having on a holiday. So I put all that out there, and then I start reaching out to courses and say, these are the weekends I have available. So that way, life to me and what it looks like to you is an every other weekend. Well, guess when I have my son? Every other weekend. So there's the secret sauce, man. That's the wizard behind the curtain. That's how the levers are being pulled.
That's pretty cool.
I appreciate all the work you've been doing, though, Jacob.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It's a blessing, I guess, to be in a position like this. And, I always say I represent you guys. I do it with the best interest, to be fair, not equal, just to be fair. Sometimes it'll favor you, sometimes it won't. I think that you guys know my history, how much I'm willing to sacrifice, and running this tour from Kuwait in 2017 is a moment for me, to keep this tour running, to reach the success that it has had. It'd be foolish of me to say I'm gonna just lay down and not see this continue even under these circumstances. So I wanted to. You guys come together and touch me in a way in which it makes me do this. So the more you appreciate, it tells me that there's a market for what I'm doing and what you guys want to do with this.
Yep, you're doing good. You're doing good.
You're doing good.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate what you're doing, Jacob.
Excellent.
So do you foresee that the Golf Channel as it was will not come back at all for 2020?
Personally, I feel like they want to, but for the actions that they're taking, I don't see it connecting dots that way. If there is a master plan that I'm not privy to know. They're not sure. I don't know that. If they do, they're going to do it in a miraculous way that, as we are talking now, I can't process how they're going to do it. Simply because if you're going to refund memberships from a tour size of 13,000 people, and then say, hey, we're going to come back January 1st. Well, how can you do that? I mean, I got to re-engage all you guys again.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Plus, it's not fair to the northern people where we only have maybe 3 or 4 months a year where we can actually play and get into it for the championships. But you got people in South Carolina or Florida, they can play 9 or 10, 11 months of the year. They can have more tournaments, so they would, potentially get a better chance to get in one of the championships.
Yeah, if it comes back not under Golf Channel and something different, that would make sense. But if it's Golf Channel, I don't see. Again, I've been surprised before, but I just don't see it connected. And
Okay.
if this is the bridge to whatever it is next, this is the bridge to help us carry.
Maybe this is the template they ought to use. You need to trademark this, Jacob, before it's too late.
Well, you know what? What I'm telling you, there could be things that we do as a tour in September. If this is something that it's all going to be based on the response and the participants in the outings in these first couple of months. What I'm doing now, there is an agenda that will help align something bigger and better in the fall. And if this is going to be a way forward next year under this same model and concept, yeah, Tom, you're probably right. Probably got to, trademark this and say, hey, this is what it is in Columbus, and this is the first tour that starts what could be the rest of the country if nothing else surfaces.
Then they got to pay you if they want to copy all this stuff. It's pay for your time and all your effort too.
Right. So
get rid of Big Brother that way.
Right. So 0 memberships now might be $50 later.
Except for the people that are except for the people that are the OGs here. We get in free.
Yeah. So, but if it's sound, if it represents you well, and if it's a game you love to play, and golly, this is just so easy. Why wouldn't you not do this?
Absolutely.
Right.
So, yep.
All right, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thanks, Jacob.
All right, buddy. So listen, we'll come back. Like I say here, 7 o'clock. I do weeklies at 7. So we'll do another one of these. Let me get down to it. So the next one is at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. 7 o'clock a good time on these touch points and.
Well, we keep it to 45 minutes. I think that's between 30 and 45 minutes. Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now, that's good for us, Tom, unless we start up our other golf league. Then that might be a little iffy.
Depends. Our golf league's not. We normally play on Wednesday night in our league, but the course can't let us play right now because the social distancing and stuff like that, and they don't have any idea of when that's going to open up or anything like that. So for right now, Wednesday night's okay. If not, if you're going to be able to pick it up because you got to record it and stuff, we can always go back and pick it up out of an archive.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right.
That'll work too.
That feedback sounds good. So look forward to me pushing out the database with its currency.
Okay.
Hopefully with that, I'll also include a link where folks can go out and see these 2 recorded sessions. And then if you're out there playing or wondering and want to play, you got to sign up right now, right, boys?
Absolutely.
Yep.
We already did now. Wait a minute.
I'm already signed up.
I've got your confirmation. Come on, Jake.
Yeah.
I'm talking to everyone else that's on the line.
Don paid for me.
It's going to cost him too in the long run.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Hey guys, this is fun. This is really fun. So
Thank you.
Weather looks good out there today. If you're playing, be safe.
All right, you too.
All right.
We'll be in touch. We'll see each other later.
All right.
All right, Jacob.
All right.
Thanks
Thanks,
so
Jacob.
much. Bye-bye.
All right.